Sometimes destiny does not arrive with thunder or lightning. It comes quietly, disguised as coincidence, wrapped in nostalgia, and sealed with a mystery that refuses to fade. Welcome back, everyone, to 24H News, TM, the channel where stories breathe, memories live, and the line between truth and magic blurs into something you can feel in your heart. Tonight's story has spread like wildfire across continents, capturing the attention of millions who can't stop asking, was it fate, chance, or something greater that connected Wang Abor and Xiaowen long before their names lit up billboards? What if I told you that a single photograph, old, grainy, and nearly forgotten, could stir emotions deeper than any public confession ever could? It started with a quiet upload on a small fan forum, just a random post from someone claiming to have found a picture from an old children's event. At first, nobody paid much attention. The image was slightly blurred, two young boys with innocent smiles, standing in a crowd of other kids. But when one sharp-eyed user zoomed in and noticed how one boy's bright, curious eyes resembled a young Wang Abor, and the other's gentle, shy smile mirrored Xiaowen's childhood photos, everything changed. That single discovery exploded across the internet like a spark in dry grass. Within hours, social media was ablaze with comparisons, theories, and edits. Fans began digging through archives, trying to verify where and when that photo was taken. Some claimed it was from a children's art festival in the southern region 20 years ago. Others swore it came from a youth training camp. Then someone found an old clip, grainy footage showing two boys walking hand in hand toward a stage. One tripped, the other helped him up. The audience laughed, unaware that decades later, that fleeting moment might become a story millions would whisper about. Suddenly, that single photo became a symbol, not of proof, but of belief. People weren't just obsessed with whether it was real. They were emotionally attached to the idea that destiny had drawn these two souls together long before the cameras, the fame, and the chaos of celebrity life began. And the irony? Neither Abor nor Xiaowen ever commented. Not once. Yet their silence spoke louder than any statement could. Fans began interpreting every gesture, every shared laugh during interviews, every accidental touch at award shows as a continuation of a story written long ago. When they reunited on screen for The Untamed, viewers said they could feel something unexplainable between them, something that transcended acting. Their eyes tell a story that words cannot, one fan posted. It's like they've known each other forever. And maybe, just maybe, they had. As the days passed, this story evolved from curiosity to collective emotion. Internet users worldwide began sharing their own fate stories, people they'd met by chance, friends they reconnected with after years apart, loved ones who resurfaced in unexpected ways. This wasn't just celebrity gossip anymore, it was a mirror reflecting something we all long for, connection that feels destined. Even those who weren't fans of either actor found themselves drawn in by the humanity of it all. It's not about proof, one user wrote. It's about hope. That sentiment spread like wildfire. Soon, the story wasn't confined to Asia, it was trending globally. Entertainment magazines, talk shows, and social media analysts discussed the phenomenon. Why were people so captivated by this rumor? Psychologists suggested that stories like these trigger something primal in us, the longing to believe that we are part of a greater design, that life isn't random, and that some relationships are written in invisible ink long before we realize it. But what made this story different was its tenderness. There was no scandal, no controversy, no betrayal. It was a love letter to friendship, destiny, and the mysterious ways in which human souls find one another. And when fans looked back at footage of Abor and Xiaowen from their early acting years, every glance seemed to hold deeper meaning. Even the simplest moments, like when one adjusted the other's microphone or exchanged a knowing smile, felt loaded with invisible history. In a world where public image often feels calculated, their authenticity stood out like sunlight through fog. The media, of course, tried to chase the story. Reporters dug for confirmation, hoping for an official statement. But both stars remained beautifully elusive. During one interview, when asked about destiny, Abor simply smiled and said, "Some people walk beside you before you even notice." That line alone set the internet ablaze again. Fans dissected it, analyzing every syllable. Was he subtly confirming the photo's authenticity? Or was he just speaking philosophically? Either way, the comment was enough to reignite the belief that there was more truth to the rumor than they were letting on. As weeks turned into months, the fascination only deepened. Fan-made documentaries appeared on YouTube, chronicling the supposed timeline of their intertwined fates. Edits of their childhood photos merged seamlessly into scenes from The Untamed, set to soft piano music and captions like, "From strangers to stars, from fate to forever." One viral comment summed it up perfectly: "It doesn't matter if the photo is real. What matters is that it made us believe again in something pure." The emotional ripple this caused was profound. People began reflecting on their own lives, reconnecting with lost friends, sending messages to people they hadn't spoken to in years. The idea of destiny wasn't just entertainment anymore, it was healing. Perhaps that's what makes this story timeless. Because in every great tale, there's a moment when the heart recognizes something the mind can't explain. That's what fans saw in Abor and C-ent's friendship. It wasn't about stardom or PR. It was about two souls who, knowingly or not, reminded the world that connection is real, and sometimes it hides in the simplest of places, like a forgotten photograph. Even during live events, fans began watching their every move. During one award ceremony, as C-ent stumbled slightly on stage, Abor instinctively reached out to steady him. The gesture lasted less than 2 seconds, but cameras caught it, and once again, the internet erupted. "That's it," one tweet read. "That's the proof fate doesn't forget." Their silence, their subtlety, it was intoxicating. It made people yearn for meaning, for that quiet kind of loyalty that doesn't need to be declared. And while the press continued to speculate, those who truly admired them didn't need an answer. They already knew. Destiny doesn't always announce itself, it whispers. Perhaps the most beautiful moment came during a charity livestream where both appeared unexpectedly on screen together. Fans noticed something small but powerful: the same necklace, identical in design, simple yet unmistakably matching. When asked about it, both laughed lightly and brushed it off as coincidence. But for their supporters, it wasn't just jewelry, it was a sign. "You can't fake that kind of synchronicity," one fan wrote. "Even if they don't talk about it, their energy does." The magic of this entire story lies in its restraint. No loud declarations, no attention-seeking drama, just two people existing in harmony, seemingly bound by something neither of them needs to explain. That's why the fascination never dies. Because it feels authentic, unmanufactured, alive. As months rolled on, fans turned this moment into a movement. Online communities started donating to charities under their names, inspired by their bond. Others created art exhibitions and short films based on the faded friendship. It was as if that blurry childhood image had become a canvas on which millions projected their own hopes and emotions. And through all this, Abor and C-ent continued to shine, not as a rumor, but as symbols of authenticity in an age of performance. Their quiet grace reminded people that sometimes the most powerful stories are the ones left unfinished. That's why the phrase, "some truths don't need to be confirmed," became the unofficial motto of the fandom. It encapsulated everything: mystery, tenderness, faith. Because whether the photo was genuine or not, its impact was undeniable. It united people across cultures, languages, and generations. It made strangers feel connected, even if just for a moment. It turned disbelief into wonder. And that's rare in today's world. So what if destiny really did bring them together long before fame found them? What if life had already decided their paths would cross again? Or maybe the photo was just coincidence, but the emotions it awakened were real. Because sometimes stories aren't meant to be proven, they're meant to be felt. The look between two friends, the unspoken history in their laughter, the calm in their presence, these are the things no camera can fabricate. Perhaps that's why, even now, people continue to whisper about them, creating poetry, songs, and art inspired by their connection. They've become more than actors. They've become symbols of belief in an era that desperately needs it. So, as we close tonight's story, one truth remains. Whether this photo was destiny or mere coincidence, it gave the world something rare, a reminder that there is still beauty in mystery, still wonder in silence, and still hope in believing that souls can find each other again, no matter the distance, no matter the years. Because maybe, just maybe, fate doesn't always need to be proven, it just needs to be felt. Thank you for staying with us through this unforgettable journey. If this story touched your heart, make sure to subscribe to 24H News, TM, where every story invites you to feel, wonder, and believe again. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think destiny is real, or is it just coincidence written beautifully by time? Your voice matters. Your belief makes these stories come alive. Until next time, keep your heart open, your faith gentle, and your eyes ready for the quiet miracles hiding in plain sight.